important things that a sensitive, empathetically sensitive person has to understand about narcissistic people. So this video is for clarity and understanding, and as always, receiving empathetic encouragement and support authentically and honestly, as I'm always here, always doing online. So what you need to understand when you're dealing with those people is that they are simply bullies. They are filled with those negative, low vibrational demonic entities, and you cannot fix and heal and change them by giving them more of what they do not already appreciate about you, because eventually there comes a time when you have to understand that this person is just using you for what you have to give to them. They don't value you as a being, as a person. They are in your life to be a leech, to be feeding off of your energy, your attention, your love, your care, whatever it is that you have been giving to them. They want those things because they sense how kind you are, how open you are, how vulnerable you can be, how trusting you can be. They see that in your essence. You don't even maybe realize those things within yourself. At least I didn't, because I was so abused. So it can be so difficult when you are a trauma survivor, when you are a narcissistic abuse survivor. It can be very difficult to actually learn about your own value and worth, and to love yourself. But here is a powerful reminder: when you're dealing with these people, they are simply bullies. They are toxic. They are immature. They will never take accountability and responsibility. Or if that would happen, it would mean that they would seriously have to seek some serious help. Go to therapy, do some self-reflection. But these people usually are not capable of doing that. So you have to save yourself. You have to start understanding. If you're stuck with a person like that in your life, you have to start understanding that there is a way out, that there is a better life for you, that you don't need to be feeling that way. If you're feeling depressed and stuck, you are very traumatized and abused. Maybe you have realized or heard or even read on something that they have been acting behind your back, like for example, creating a smear campaign against you, for example, or cheating behind your back. You are discovering those lies. So these are the first steps. They are your pathway to your freedom, to your healing. They are there for a reason. If you are having those intuitive nudges and finding out that this person is being toxic, they are demonic, because they are not in your life to be helping you, to be in any way contributing to you and your well-being. They won't do that. Very rarely they would. That would have to really mean something drastic to happen to them, so that they would just wake up and want to be a better person. So if this resonates, please start doing something. You have to take some sort of action. And you're not alone with these issues. I've gone through this as well. I've had to leave many of these behind. One of them is my own narcissistic mother. One was my narcissistic grandfather. Narcissistic jobs, bosses, co-workers, fake friends, I've had to leave behind. And I now know that it is really about destruction. It is about bullying. You have to honor those feelings that your body is sending you. Your intuition is telling you that this is abuse. When they don't even treat you like a human being. So you have to understand when it is happening to you. Because you will feel it. You will feel it that something is off here. This person is not being fully honest with me. This person is not being authentic with me. This person really doesn't want to get to know the real me. They are not facing the real me. They are hiding. They are running away. They are shutting down when you try to create a connection. And it's not your fault. No matter how traumatized you have been, it is not your fault. It's not your fault that you have fallen in love with them. They can be so charming and lead you on, string you along for even years if you let them. It's not your job to be understanding and fixing them. For so long, I was basically as well making excuses for the abuse when I loved those people so much. But there really comes a time that you have to love yourself more. You have to be cutting them out of your life. And that is the healthiest thing that you will ever do. And I'm here to help. If you need more help, you can reach out to me, buy my self-help book, start helping yourself. Start working on your healing. Start being unstuck. Start making better choices for yourself. Attracting and creating healthy relationships, not toxic. So you will come to know what is toxic and what is healthy, and you will come to know sooner when something is being off. That is really what happens when a sensitive empath really becomes a super empath, and they really understand their own value and worth and their place in this world. And you know, how valuable it is to be a kind, honest, sensitive person. So it is, you know, none of this is a joke. These are serious matters. So please start doing something. If you're stuck, start doing something. I just want to remind you that there is a way out. There is. I know the feeling when you feel like you're at the end of your rope, you don't know what to do, and nobody's there to understand you and listen to you and hear you out, and you're just being bullied and put down all the time, brainwashed, manipulated, abused. People just reach out to you to take from you, to get your validation, attention, love and care, empathy, compassion from you. I know what it's like to be there. I've been there like I don't know how many times in my life. Online and offline. And of course, because it began when I was a small little girl, 3 years old. So, you know, for the longest time, I did not understand at all what was going on. I had no idea. So it's been a lot of time and a lot of work. And so I just wish that, you know, somebody would have told me. But, you know, I didn't have those kind of people around me who would have, first of all, who would have known what was happening, or who would have cared enough to ask even, who would have even asked how I was doing, for example, or, you know, who would have authentically been able to get to know me as for who I am. I didn't have those deeper connections. So it's really about having those shallow connections if you cannot even have good conversations with people. So that's not what an empath wants. That's not an empath's values. Because we're sensitive empaths. trauma victims, trauma survivors, we're sensitive beings. We want those deeper kinds of connections where we can actually open up and trust, and we can be ourselves. And this includes, of course, having those high vibrational relationships, healthy relationships, healthy people who you can actually talk to and know that they value you back. So that is what you need. That is what people like us need. Having that emotional aspect of things, emotional intelligence, emotional depth, having the ability to face emotions and talk about them in a healthy way, not be wiping them away when they have to be faced and talked out. This world would be so different if people would just do that and be choosing peace, self-care, self-respect, respect for others. So yes, it is sad that some people will never understand this, and it is so draining for us sensitive people, especially when we're sensitive women. But anyway, I'm here to do what I can. So reach out if you need more help and support. Check out my services, buy my book, and just know that you're not alone when you're battling with these issues. But you have to understand that you're dealing with a bully. So you have to stand up for yourself for how much you can. Set those healthy boundaries. You have to understand what you're dealing with. You're not dealing with a stable person. You're not dealing with somebody that you can actually talk to in a mature way. They can likely be yelling at you. They love to pick fights with you. They lash out on you. They can be completely unknown people to you. They can be complete strangers coming out of nowhere, yelling at you, picking those arguments. They have no respect for your peace. They have no respect for you as a person. They don't want to see you as for who you really truly are as a whole, because they are not able to do that for themselves either. They are just functioning from this shallow energy, shallow vibration, shallow frequency. So it's not your problem. I think so many of us sensitive people, like I did as well, blame ourselves for other people's issues because we want everyone to be happy. We want everybody to be safe and doing well in their lives, because that's our mission. But these people are not happy, and they will never be. So that is just a truth. They will steal your peace, so don't let them do that. Because if they always steal your peace away from you, they steal also your own personal power. They hurt your soul. They hurt the spirit who you are. They hurt your entire life. They hurt your health. Your peace equals your health, from what I have come to know. So you have to value those things. Thank you for watching. I appreciate those who always watch my videos until the end, working to attract my soul people. So thank you for sharing. If you feel that somebody could also want to hear this message, here to help, so you know what to do. Thank you for subscribing and supporting me and my work and becoming my one-on-one client. And I also, of course, have my coaching program, if you're interested in a longer commitment to work with me one-on-one on your healing path, because you know it's not easy. So I know I know how it is, because I've gone through it. I was deeply depressed, you know, so I know how much you can really be in pain and suffering. So if you have interest in working with me, you can email me with a few questions, for example, or just book a call with me. So just wanted to let you know that you're not alone. So yeah, thank you for all the support, and watch my videos if you have questions in your mind. Get in touch if you need more help and support. If you have questions, I can answer a few questions for free. And my booking link doesn't let you book for less than an hour at once, so don't care about that. If you're wanting to book a reading or my consultation call for 30 minutes, it's completely fine. It is just always setting the time for an hour, even if you want to book less. But that is why you have to let me know what you're booking when you're booking. So that is that is just how it works. So wishing you a lovely Sunday, and yeah, thank you for being you and coming to the right place for help.